Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you. I'm your friend, Pastor Yemi Omogboyega. Thanks for visiting my channel again. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. If you are a new one, please, you are welcome. And please share our videos. God bless you. I want to talk on vision, ability, and exposure are the keys to fulfilling our destiny. Vision, ability, and exposure are the keys to fulfilling human destiny. Just a moment, please. Now, let me start or take my bearing from the Bible, the Holy Bible. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18 says, "A people without vision shall perish." Some translation says, "A nation without vision shall perish." By the way, what is vision? A vision is a mental picture of what you want to attain, what you aim at, and everything we do in this world will not work unless vision starts it all. And the second vocabulary here is the ability, able to do something. You may intend to have something. If your ability cannot get it, you may not get it. And that may affect your destiny. The third one is exposure. Exposure. Even the book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 7 says, "Ask, ye shall receive." Open your mouth, ask. Seek, go out, be exposed, move round, search for it, and ye shall find. And it says, knock, and it shall be opened unto you. If you marry all this together, you will see that a vision is very important. And I always thank God for my life, and I thank God for my mother who had a vision. Whatever I become today, it is the mercy of God and the vision of my mother that brought me there. And the fact that I also developed my own vision from my mother's vision. I keyed into her own, and I did everything within my power, within my ability, within my capability, irrespective of my circumstances, to get to wherever God has led me today. So I remain grateful to God, and I remain grateful to my mother. You say, how about your father? Yes, I remain grateful to him too. But I didn't stay with him when I was young. But I thank God for my legal father. His own role was to give me food, give me shelter. And that's his own role. He didn't pay school fees, no, nothing, no, absolutely no. He doesn't buy clothes for anybody. And even my father, even if I had been with him, did not have even the ability to do some of these things that an ordinary child should get. But by the grace of God, the grace of a visionary mother and a visionary child, you know, here we are today. And I thank God that she enjoyed the fruit of her labors before leaving this world. And I pray to God that she continues to rest in his bosom till we shall meet again. Now, the example is this. I always, you see, thank God, I produced my own autobiography at the age, I mean, when was it? As far back as 1991, the first edition. The second edition, a big book like that, about 230 something pages. I produced that one by year 2006. So that book has continued to be a treasure to me. Anytime I talk, I remember I had an experience in whatever I'm saying. Let me cite this one. My mother continuously said to my hearing that I wanted my children to go to, no, let me start that this way. I didn't have a Western education, and I want my children to have Western education. And of the four of us that survived my mother, two of us got to primary six. One did not go at all because she committed the offense of being a female and she happened to be the firstborn. That's the offense, African offense, or the sin of Africa, that you give birth to a female child. Otiton, the destiny is determined from day one not to go to school. All the other, my brother got to as far as primary six. I too, I got to as far as primary six. My elder sister also got as far as primary three. But my mother wanted somebody who would go beyond that level. She didn't find. And I was the last born about the age of 46. But she kept singing it aloud. I wanted my children to be educated. I wanted them to be educated. I am not educated. The only thing I know is I know my mind. And thank God that her mind that she knew was the vision that, oh, it could be better if I have education. Therefore, I want my children to have education. She kept singing that. And from there, I too became interested in what you call education. My desire was sprouted. My um I was like, there is no other way to become somebody in life unless you are educated. You may be a trader, you may be a mechanic, you may be anything, but you won't get to that level unless you are educated. So because of that, I glued myself to education. So I took my education very seriously with the aim that I will go beyond primary six education and eventually help from the entire mother side and my siblings. God bless them. God bless late Michael Ajiboye Lugusi. God bless late Mrs. Feintola Ibitoye. And then God bless from my mother's side, my late uncle, Daddy Israel Olayinka from my mother's side. These people combined together to fetch me primary six certificate. And from there, that's why I was telling my children recently, I said, look, I have taken you to where you can fly. You fly. It is now left to you. Pray to your God. And then you can, the sky is not even your limit anymore. You can get anything, anywhere, if only you glued to your God, ask Him for direction, and then you are willing and be exposed enough to navigate your world, opportunities are there. And I pray that they will make it far better than I did in Yahushua's name. So with my primary six, I started flying. Do you know what it means for a primary six certificate holder? Which I bagged, like they will say in the university, I bagged my degree, which I bagged, my first school living certificate, which I bagged in year December 1972. That's what has metamorphosed today. So me, or to being a professional, certified professional in 4 professions, law inclusive, because of the determination, because of the vision. I developed that vision that I must be a graduate. I didn't attach time to it because who am I to attach time to it? Who will send me to that trade school? And what was my ability? Financial capability, I told you, they call it from humble background, from poor background, extremely poor background, minus poor background financially. So I depended upon God and my ability. Whatever ability was in my capacity to do anything, I devote to my education. Today, I am the better for it because I set that goal that I will be there, and by the special grace of God, I got there. And that is what has metamorphosed. All this speaking that I'm doing to you today, you say this one, why is he talking, talking, talking? It is the part of my resolution, part of my vision that I must leave the world better than I did. And if I record breakthrough, whatever level in this world, that I will not hide it. I will use it to inspire other people, young and old. That's why I always, please, those of you who are parents, let your children, maybe in higher institution or in even primary education, let them send these messages to them. They can benefit and profit from them, and not to hoard anything. That's why today I resolved that I will be a teacher, a preacher, all right, a public speaker. Apart from the professional, these are my hobbies that I would. Today I'm teaching. Did I go to the what do you call it, NCE or whatever? Did I bargain NCE? No, I am a natural teacher because I read a lot and I gain a lot. I can retain, I can assimilate, and I can release. And that's what I'm releasing. And to God be the glory. Teaching in the ministry is no joke. For you to read the Bible, those of you who have not joined us, please join us at the Bible in 1 year. We are going to 137 now, and we are going to 365 days in a year. We are in number 137. Please go from the beginning and begin to, on this page, begin to follow us. I've started reviewing the Bible from the very beginning to where we are now. And by the time you are through with me in 365 days, you've covered the entire Bible. Not for joke, but for you to learn something of substance from what God has in mind for you. You cannot be listening to sermons and then you just listen and slip away and nothing is happening in your life. I'm taking it step by step. So please subscribe to this channel. Share the messages to your loved ones, even to your enemies, because you may end up converting your enemies to become your friends. So, because of that, I was able to make progress in life. Let's look at ability. No financial ability to do it, to go to school after primary six. What did I do? What was within my capability? What was within my ability to generate enough money for me to sponsor myself? I have to bend down to work. Proverbs 12, verse uh, 12, Proverbs 12, verse 10 or 14 now. I was ready to work the land, use my ability. There's no other thing I have than to generate income with which I can purchase books and pay my lesson fees. And thereafter, I was able to write my GCE. Not only that, I applied the whole of my life. Bible says, whatever you do, do it as if you are doing it unto God. I applied my total being, day, night. I slept in the corridors so that I won't disturb the person I'm living with. 9 o'clock, he's locked his door. I put my things outside, made a box where I kept my books as well as my wrapper. Everything that I have, including my mats, was outside. Sunlight, rainfall. We were living at the backyard. There was an extra space, 4 feet space, just between, um, in the front of our, I mean, call it corridor. I utilized that. Mosquitoes were biting there, yes. I bought mosquito coils. And I was doing that job, attending my lessons till I was able to pass my GCE. From there to the other various skills, that acquisitions that I did. And then before I enrolled into a university, and from then I became a graduate in law. To God be the glory. What my ability, without ability also, you can't do anything. And don't look up to man. If you look up to man, man will fail you. My brother, late Ajiboye, intended well for me, but there was little disagreement or mistake that a young child will do, and he decided to say, I'm backing out. And he didn't pay my lesson fees. What will I do? I begged, he wouldn't come. I begged him to look for a job for me. Thank God, he got a job for me. Secured one for me in his where he worked, Speckle Mill Textile Mills. He was a supervisor then. I was a factory hand at the age of about 19. But whatever I earned from there, I spent on my books. Today, it has paid off. So ability, the little ability I had then was properly channeled towards building upon my visions, and I got there by the special grace of God. Exposure. I had one of my friends in those days where we left primary school together. Two of them. One says, hey, hallelujah. Thank God I'm off the hook. I can't, if you see my leg in your school again, cut it off. No vision to go further. The second one say, I cannot do without eating pounded yam every day. So I cannot go anywhere. Love vision. One of them is late today, unfortunately. May his gentle soul continue to rest in peace. The other one is alive. When I looked at the state of his life, I wonder, this is what I too should have been like. And we're age mates. This is what I too should have been like. And I thank God I didn't desire that. I'm not mocking him. There's nothing about, look, if you stay in one place and say, oh, is that, forget about that. That story. Do what you needed to do to get to where you want to go in life, and you get there. And it is when you get there, the result will manifest and, justify whatever you desire for yourself. You don't desire anything for yourself, you get nothing. That's life. Life is blunt. I think I did one video on that. Life is blunt. It's frank. Don't forget my popular quotation. Your old age will not forgive you. Now we are in old age, about 70, both of us. I'm not mocking. I'm just giving it as an example because I tell you it's what I know I will give as an example. If you want your life to be meaningful, you must jettison the idea of somebody somewhere is after you. You better be after yourself. So, exposure. You don't get exposure by confining yourself to one place. Like I said, that my friend never left my town till today, never sojourned elsewhere. You cannot be in one place. You see, if you look at villages, those who are always remaining there are those that have no vision, those that drop out. They have no vision. That's why they remain there. They are notorious. That's why those of them who have no vision, they get impregnated, the girls amongst them, the boys will impregnate them and go do. Those who have vision among the boys will still go ahead and pursue their visions and become somebody in life. But those who have no vision, they will remain with them there. They either become peasant farmers, hunters, mechanics. You see, that same spirit that didn't make you to be able to even finish your primary six school certificate, that did not allow you to go to secondary school, that did not allow you to go to tertiary institution, that same lazy spirit of laziness or whatever it is that worried you, that made you think that, is the same spirit that will make you to go for apprenticeship. Tell me, and you will not make anything out of it. Tell me now. You want to be a tailor. That's one thing that is common. Don't you need simple arithmetic or simple mathematics to be able to know the measurements? I remember one carpenter. I told him I wanted to construct a small place. I said, come on, go ahead and give me an estimate for this, for what we roof this house. What I needed to roof this house. He went forever. He never came back. And one day I had a bigger job. I invited another carpenter to come and do the job. Then he saw me, Daddy, you didn't give me work. I asked him, what about the one that I gave to you to go and give me estimate for? You want to tell me that, okay, we just go and buy roofing sheet and not knowing how many, how much, whatever? Because he cannot write. Exposure. If there is any greatest blessing that education gives to anybody in this world, is exposure. Exposure. Those who are in the village, would they relate with somebody from another tribe or. That's why Lagos, being a cosmopolitan place, so beautiful. You mix with all diverse people, exposure. And at the end of the day, you are the better for it. If you continue to improve yourself, expose yourself the more, in terms of even your education, in terms of your career, in terms of everything, you will get better in life and your life will be something of record. But when you lack it, it is finished. And even if you are visionary and at a stage you become static, you don't update yourself, you are finished. That's why in all professions now you have what you call MCPE, mandatory continuous professional education for life. Annually, you gather to review new development, exposure. Otherwise, your degree, your PhD expires in less than 2 years in these days of AI technology. In fact, before you left the school, your knowledge expires. You need to be updating. Exposure. If you don't have those things, oh my God, you will compromise your destiny. Vision. Without vision, you will perish. Perish does not mean that you will die physically. Your future will not be certain. You can't plan. You can't do anything. You don't even know where you are going. It is daybreak and you wander around. You come back in the evening, you sleep, and days are counting before you need. And people like you you don't die early. You will suffer. So yeah, you will suffer. May that not be your portion. May it not be the portion of our children. We better show them the way, as my mother showed me the way to education. That's the first key thing. Then in your career, you can be building upon all that. Then you still need education in terms of how you manage your resources so that by the time you are old, you don't look back and say you've labored in vain because there is nothing to retire to. Another world entirely. Education or marriage, you need special education even to find the right person amidst the myriads of the good, the bad, the ugly that are in the society. And you need greater education to be able to make the marriage work. Then coming to parenting. Don't you see what is happening now? The example of this guy who is even educated, Pastor Toby Adegboyega, that is on now, that is trending now. Look at educated, exposed, but if you don't know how to manage your life, you will still misuse the opportunity that you will be disgraced back home. And let me tell you, your vision can be for good and can be for evil. If you're deserving to become, to envision that you become a career criminal, you will be. The difference between you and the others is that the other one will have peace. They will enjoy the fruit of their labor. You may not enjoy the fruit. In fact, you won't if you have the vision to become a career criminal. Hush puppy of this world. You can see I was disappointed to my bone marrows when, with all that is happening around Toby Adegboyega, and he says Nigeria should be proud of him for dragging Nigeria's name in the mud. So your wife is earning £100. You say you are surviving on that, and you are living a life, and you are so clever. Don't you see? You see, that's what we are talking about. You can be ingenious in doing evil. You can be ingenious in doing good. You can be so creative in everything. Look at his creativity, special ability. Look at where it is diverted to. Shapeful. Became somebody of what is it? Something that the character, integrity is doubted. And you still say, tell me now, not mocking him. Whether he's deported or not is not even the issue. What about where is he going to start from? Except he continues in his old way. There's nothing as good as when you grow up slow and steady and you never come down again. But there is nothing as worse as when you climb up suddenly and you become a talk of the town, and all of a sudden you crash and you crash land. If Hush Puppy is released today, what profit will he make for his life? Because he will continue to be monitored for the rest of his life, rehabilitated or not rehabilitated. We need to be visionary in a positive sense. You need ability. Generate anything you can within your ability. Don't look at that. If others help you, thank God for it. The fact that you don't have financial helper does not mean you can't get anywhere. God has deposited a skill in you. The energy you have in your youth can be used to do labor work. I have a boy that I'm kind of mentoring. He has no money to do whatever he wanted to do, but he has something upstairs. And I recognize that. And I talked to him. Can you still work with your hand? I gave him farm work. Do this thing, do this thing, do this. I knew how much he generated. I paid him to make sure he's paid his school fees. Although as a child, sometimes he's slow. He didn't get the true, complete picture of what I'm saying. So when you say, let us work in advance, he's like a youth. He still play around, but at least he's moving. I pray that he's discovered the full details of what would make him somebody in life, and he begins to comply. Nobody will feed you free to your dying day. everybody feeding you, everybody else will be tired one day. You will be left alone, and then life will not come to your aid. Life, your future, is very, very blunt, and it will not forgive you. You will suffer if you deserve to suffer. You will enjoy if you deserve to enjoy. And how do you enjoy? Proverbs 12, verse 10 and verse 14. Go and read it. Walk the land, walk your land. Whether you are educated or not, walk your land, but apply the proceeds, multiply the proceeds. Like, look, you may get great employment opportunity. You may earn the best of money, but if you don't know how to manage, you may end up a pauper. There are so many examples I can give to you. In this world that is unstable, the changes that are going on every day. So, vision, ability, and exposure, they work together to give you the destiny that you prepare yourself for. God bless you. I'm your friend, Pastor Yemi Omongoyega. Have a very wonderful time. Remember, subscribe, share, comment, press the notification button so that you get to know when we upload new videos. Bye.